Rockstar is about to start making less money from GTA Online. And they planned it that way. Take-Two, the company that owns Rockstar, has spent the last year telling its investors to expect GTA Online's money to taper off as GTA 6 gets close. After more than 10 years of it printing cash, they're letting the cow walk. And that's the strange part. This is the most successful thing Rockstar has ever made. Maybe the most successful thing anyone has made in games. Which is exactly why the cracks are worth talking about. Because to understand what they're building next, you have to look at what they let break to get here. So this is the list. Everything GTA 5 and GTA Online got wrong. What it actually costed people playing it, and what GTA 6 has to fix. One thing up front though. Rockstar hasn't shown a single second of GTA 6 Online, so I'm not telling you what they will fix. I'm telling you what they should, and why I think they already know it. Let's start with the one that poisons everything else. The money. Here's how GTA Online's economy actually works. A top-end car can run you over $1 million in-game dollars. A nice apartment, a few $100,000 on top. And a normal mission pays you a few thousand. So the math just doesn't close. You can run the same job 100 times and still not afford the thing they put on the loading screen. And it only ever climbs. Every new flagship car, every new property drops priced higher than the last one. So the longer your account has been alive, the further behind you somehow are. Now, I want to be fair. That gap isn't a bug, it's the design. The grind is supposed to hurt. Because right next to that impossible price tag sits the shortcut. Real money. Shark cards. You buy in-game dollars with your actual wallet. And by some estimates, that one mechanic pulls in around $500 million a year. Funny how the grind got slower over the years, not faster. Then they put a subscription on top of it. GTA Plus. Pay every month and your worst money problems quietly ease up. That's the tell, right there. When the cure for the grind is a monthly fee, the grind was never an accident. It's the product. So what does GTA 6 have to fix? Simple to say, hard to build. An economy where playing the game is the fastest way to earn, not the slowest. Where the fun and the money finally pull in the same direction. Okay, say you push past the money wall. You grind it out, you own the businesses. Here's the part that actually got to me. Once you have it all, there's nowhere for it to go. Every business in GTA Online runs the same loop. You source the supply, you wait for it to stack, you sell it. The meth lab, the bunker, the nightclub, different building, same motions. It's this huge ocean of content, and all of it just drains back into the same bank balance. And none of it really feels like crime. You run a global smuggling empire by clicking through menus on a laptop in a penthouse. Click to resupply, click to sell. It's a spreadsheet, wearing a leather jacket. And I say all that as someone who put way too many nights into that nightclub basement, watching a little bar fill up. I loved it, but money was the only thing it ever handed back. No reputation that meant anything, no reason to keep going except to buy the next building and run the loop again. It actually gets worse when you bring friends. Take the Dr. Dre missions, the contract. Solo, the finale pays out big. Bring 3 people to help you pull it off, and you're carving that same payout into quarters. You literally earn less per person for playing the co-op game co-op. At one point, they even patched it to pay you less for replaying a mission too fast. Now here's the proof the hunger is real. Last year, a game called Schedule 1 blew up, built by basically one person. And it's just running a drug business. You cook it, you move it. The exact loop GTA pioneered. And it hit 459,000 players at once. One developer, number 4 on all of Steam. People are starving for this kind of game, and the studio that invented it spent 10 years turning theirs into a spreadsheet. So what does GTA 6 need? A reason to play that isn't just a bigger number in the bank. Reputation you actually build, with a crew, a neighborhood, a name on the street. Picture a corner where the local crew won't deal with you until you've earned it. A garage that only opens once you've got the rep. Progression you can't just wire money at. Make the world react to who you are, not only what you own. And then there's the waiting. Because even when GTA Online was good, it made you wait for everything. Heists, the co-op bank jobs, the thing half the marketing was built on, weren't there at launch. They showed up in March 2015. That's 17 months after the game came out. People waited 1.5 years for the headline feature they were sold. And once the updates came, they came on a leash. A big drop, then months of silence, then another big drop. Just enough to pull everyone back for a week or two, then a slow bleed until the next one. It wasn't paced for fun, it was paced for the engagement chart. But the clearest example, the one that still gets me, is the loading screen. For years, getting into GTA Online took 5-6 minutes. every single time, on hardware that could run the actual game just fine. Then in 2021, a guy online, goes by Toast, got fed up and dug into it himself. He didn't have the source code. Well, nobody outside Rockstar does. He just poked at the running game with a debugger and found it. It was choking on a single 10 megabyte text file, rescanning the same list over and over, millions of times, for no reason. He wrote a fix in a weekend, cut the load time by about 70%. 6 minutes down to under 2. One guy, a weekend. A problem Rockstar left sitting there for 7 years. And credit where it's due. Rockstar looked at it, confirmed he was right, and built his fix into an official patch. They even paid him 10 grand through their bug bounty, which is great. It just took an outsider doing it for free first. So here's the bar for GTA 6. Load fast on day 1, not after a fan shames you into it. And feed the world real content on a rhythm that respects the player's time, instead of farming it. Okay, the money's fixed, the grind's fair, it loads fast. There's still the problem of just being in the lobby with other people. On PC especially, cheating has been out of hand for years. Players dropping into God mode, spawning money out of nowhere, kicking whole lobbies for fun, and the people grinding it honestly are the ones who pay for it. You can buy shark cards in 2 clicks, but a modder handing out millions for free, somehow that's the hard one to stop. It got bad enough that the standard advice became, play in an invite-only lobby. By yourself. Think about that. A multiplayer game where the safest way to make a living is to lock every other player out. And the tools that are supposed to protect you barely do. Passive mode has holes you can drive a truck through. The bad sport system puts the griefer in a timeout that punishes basically nobody. So the lobby polices itself, and the player just trying to deliver a car loses. Then there's the flying bike, the Oppressor Mark II, a rocket-firing hoverbike that turned free roam into a place where you can't move a single crate without someone deleting you from the sky. For a lot of people, that was the moment GTA Online stopped feeling like Grand Theft Auto, and started feeling like something else. And if you're brand new, good luck. You load in for the first time into 10 years of menus, 1,000 things to buy, and a veteran on that flying bike circling overhead, farming you for fun. There's barely any onboarding. The game drops you in the deep end and walks off. What GTA 6 needs here isn't complicated to name. Anti-cheat that actually holds, especially on PC. A free roam where building something is at least as viable as blowing up someone else's. And a real first hour. Get people in the door before you try to sell them the store. And while all that money came pouring in from online, look at what got left behind. The single player. The story most people actually bought the game for. Rockstar even hinted early on at story expansions for GTA 5. They quietly never came. GTA 5's campaign got its last real content back in 2014, and then nothing, for the better part of a decade, while online got update after update. The math was just too good to argue with. Why sell one story once when you can sell shark cards forever? And part of this is just age. GTA 5 came out in 2013 on the Xbox 360, hardware older than some of the people playing it now. Every version since has been the same core game with nicer lighting on top, so the world stayed kind of frozen. Pedestrians that walk into walls, cops that just teleport onto you, a city that looks incredible and barely reacts to you being in it. And we know Rockstar can do better, because they already did. Red Dead 2 came out 5 years later, and that world actually remembered you. NPCs held grudges, clocked the blood on your coat, recognized your face. Same studio, one game on. This is the one place GTA 6 gets a genuinely clean shot. New engine, current hardware, built from the ground up. The trailers already hint at a world that reacts. NPCs with routines, weather that means something. But whether that survives all the way into the game, that's the part to actually watch for. So that's the list. And look, this isn't me dunking on GTA 5. It's one of the best-selling games ever made, and it earned that. This is about what the next 10 years should look like, not a rerun of the last 10. And here's what makes me think it can be fixed. The players already fixed half of it themselves. The whole roleplay scene, 5M, custom servers, exists because people wanted depth, consequence, and actual life in this world, and they weren't getting it from Rockstar, so they built it without him. That's not a niche, that's a blueprint sitting right there in the open. The good news? Take-Two has confirmed GTA Online carries on alongside GTA 6, which means Rockstar gets a second shot at every single thing on this list. The only question is whether they take it, or just build a prettier version of the same trap. That's where I land. Now I want yours. Of everything on this list, what's the one thing that if GTA 6 gets it wrong, kills it for you? Tell me. I actually read these.